Hey guys, what is up? It is the Fast Break Report here, bringing you guys another vlog. So I wanted to talk about the Tyus Jones signing by the Phoenix Suns. Mostly because the Phoenix Suns have been looking for a playmaker for quite a while. During the regular season, they tried time and time again to trade for a point guard that could run their offense. They were interested in TJ McConnell from the Pacers. That was pretty widely reported, but the Pacers refused to give him up, and thank God that they refused to give him up because he was one of the best players for us during the playoffs. However, they did get Tyus Jones on a James Johnson level deal. 1 year, $3.3 million. That was like the vet minimum. For a guy who shoots about 46% from the field, low 44, high 46, a guy that is capable of shooting about 40% from three, This was a good signing for the Phoenix Suns. Now, how much does it actually move the needle for them? I don't really know. The Phoenix Suns are kind of a toss-up this year. And the reason I say they're a toss-up is because everything about this is about to change. I am curious to see how Mike Budholzer uses Tyus Jones, how he uses Kevin Durant, how he's going to use Bradley Beal. There's a lot about this team that is going to be different this year. I do think they will be better. I think Tyus Jones fills a serious hole on their roster. I would go as far to say he's probably going to be their third best player, and I can't believe I'm actually saying that. Obviously, talent-wise, he's not the third best player on their roster. But when it comes to that team and its functionality, I think you obviously like KD. I think KD or Devin Booker's number one. They're obviously like 1 and 2. And then I think Tyus Jones is number 3 because I don't think Jusuf Nurkic or Bradley Beal will play as important a role on that team as Tyus Jones will, or even Devin Booker. At least if Tyus Jones gets injured, you have Devin Booker there that can run the offense, or they even have Monte Morris on their roster. But Tyus Jones was a very, very good pickup for them. The guy's talented. He's one of the most underrated point guards in the NBA, it seems. But I was shocked that they just got him for as cheap a deal as they did. There was a lot of convincing by the front office and Mike Budenholzer. I'm assuming KD and Devin Booker were in that meeting as well as Bradley Beal. I'm just going to be honest, expect Bradley Beal to take a step back this year and Devin Booker. Mostly Devin Booker, because Devin Booker's not going to have to run that offense. I mean, Devin Booker did put up some pretty crazy games at point guard for them. But it's just the idea. Tyus Jones is there for only 1 year, and also at the same token, right? Tyus Jones is going to be running their point guard. He's going to be running the offense. He's going to be facilitating the offense. He can score. He can shoot. He's like a 12-7 guy, but he's going to be like the glue guy for that roster, and he's also not a terrible defender either, which helps. This is kind of like a 1 year prove it deal, though. I will say that. They do have Royce O'Neal, but from what I heard out of Tyus Jones, it sounds like this dude's going to test free agency after this year. Unless the Phoenix Suns bring the guy a crazy offer in the offseason, this sounds like a 1 year rental. Even the statement he made after it says, this was like the best situation for me to go to a team. It's crazy to me that the market for Tyus Jones wasn't as big as I expected it to be, especially when you look at a team like the San Antonio Spurs, who, need point guard play, and Tyus Jones was out there and they didn't even bother bringing him in, especially if he was going to be on a 1 year, $3.3 million deal. Maybe he just flat out didn't want to go to the San Antonio Spurs. I'm not sure. But Tyus Jones was a guy that, I didn't even know he was a free agent, to be honest with you. But the idea that the Phoenix Suns got him is definitely an improvement. I think Mike Budenholzer's an improvement over Frank Vogel. Budenholzer was a guy that I thought should have never lost his job in the first place with the Milwaukee Bucks, and I stand on that still to this day. There was a lot of things outside of his control 2 years ago with that playoff series against Miami and stuff like that Giannis was injured. They were dealing with a lot of injuries. His brother actually died, I think a week or two, or a month or so before the NBA playoffs even started. So yeah, it seems like the Milwaukee Bucks kind of paid Mike Budenholzer in fucking spades, which sucks. But just the idea, I love the idea that Mike Budenholzer is getting another chance in the NBA and with the Phoenix Suns of all teams. I think Mike Budenholzer is going to find a way to work it out with the Phoenix Suns. They have a lot of names on their roster. They have Josip Nurkic still. I don't really know what Budenholzer is going to do with them, but I guess we'll find out. But they have KD, they have Book, they now have Tyus Jones, they have Bradley Beal, they have Grayson Allen, and Grayson Allen's actually played for Mike Budenholzer before, which helps a lot as well. So I'm positive on the Phoenix Suns, man. Do I think they're going to be a top 5 seed in the West? I don't really know. It's hard to say because a lot of teams in the West are, there's a lot of teams that are in that top 5 that I think are a lock to finish in the top 5. You've got OKC, you've got Dallas, you have Minnesota, you have OKC, you have Denver. Now you have the New Orleans Pelicans. So Phoenix is one of those teams where it's like we really don't know where they're going to finish. The Pelicans are kind of my dark horse team in the West. Them and the Memphis Grizzlies, they're two of my dark horse teams in the West because the Pelicans were the number 1 seed at one point last year, if I'm correct, and they just got DeJounte Murray, and the Grizzlies are getting back Ja Morant, and it's crazy to me how much, people forgot how good Ja Morant is as a basketball player. I understand the off-the-court shit really bothered people, but it's just the idea, on the court, he's a damn good player, so it's just amazing to me, how quickly people forgot just how good, Ja Morant is as a basketball player, but, Phoenix is going to be better. I think they're going to be maybe the 6th seed. Maybe they sneak into the top 5. I do think Denver is going to take a step back. But I'm just curious to see how this team's going to run. Because I do think Bradley, I'm going to be honest, I really wouldn't be shocked if Grayson Allen makes his way into the starting lineup, and they move KD to the 4, Devin Booker to the 3, Grayson Allen maybe to the 2, and bring Bradley Beal off the bench as the 6th man. I kind of almost think that's where he's best suited, only because you just have too many fucking mouths to feed on offense in that starting lineup, and I'm not really sure what the path forward is. I'm sure Mike Budenholzer will figure it out. I actually have yet to see what his coaching staff is going to look like. I don't know if he's replaced anybody in Phoenix yet or not. I don't know what his staff looks like, but I'm positive on it. I'm just going to say this. They did shore up a big hole in their offense at point guard because Monte Morris is good, but Tyus Jones is better. And Tyus Jones is a guy that is sneaky good. I kind of can't believe they got him for $3.3 million. I'm shocked the Lakers didn't go after him. I know they brought back D'Angelo Russell, but if he was signing vet minimum deals, he's a guy that the Lakers should have went after. There's a lot of teams that should have went after Tyus Jones if this was the type of deal he was willing to take to play for maybe a contender. The Minnesota Timberwolves were another team that I look at that I'm you didn't go after that. I mean, I get that they drafted Rob Dillingham, but I just don't think Rob Dillingham is really going to shine until the All-Star break or maybe after that. I feel like that adaptation period is going to be significant for Rob Dillingham, but I don't know, man. You know what? I like it for Phoenix. They got a good point guard, and he's a guy that I think will really, really impact this team. Even on both ends of the floor, too. His playmaking, his scoring, his defense. He's a solid point guard, and that's what they needed. Now, can they keep him beyond, just this year remains to be seen because it really sounded like Tyus Jones is going to go to Phoenix to try and prove what he's worth and then leave in free agency next offseason. So I hope that's not the point because then, or not the case because then Phoenix will just be back in the same place that they were this year where they need a playmaking point guard, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But tell me what you guys think about this down below in the comment section below. Helps me out. Subscribe if you guys want to see more on the Fast Break Report, and I'm out of this motherfucker. Peace, guys.